I am here with Tyler Atkinson, Army National Guard Player of the Year. He's here in Nashville, Tennessee. Now, you're from Grayson, Georgia. You're one of the best in the 2026 class. On3 has you as the #1 linebacker in the class. And if you're familiar with this channel, you know we talk about Tyler Atkinson a lot. So it's really cool that he's sitting here next to me. Tyler, Grayson High School, you've been on it for a while. How does it feel to be ranked as the #1 linebacker in America?
You know, it's just a blessing, true to God. Without God, I would not be in this position. Without my family, I would not be in this position. So just all the hard work and dedication I put into it, it just coming out so everybody could see all the hard work and stuff. But without God, I would not be in this position, though.
Now, I've been lucky enough to talk about you on this channel, and you've been lucky enough to make a bunch of visits this season that we talked about. What trip stood out to you the most?
You know, I'll say all the schools I've been out to on the visit and games and whatever I was there for, they all stood out. You know, I ain't making my decision yet, so all of them stood out to me, and I'm enjoying this process while I'm along to it, so it's very good.
Yeah. Was there a game or two that was just a great game that you'll always remember being at?
Off the top of my head, I cannot think of a game right now. But I've been in so much games, so I just, off the top of my head, it's hard for me just to say. But Ohio State did play a good game against Indiana, though. I'll definitely say that. Yes, sir.
Indiana surprised you a little bit with their season?
Coach had Googled me, so, Ohio State Googled them, and they lost. So just stay humble, you know what I mean?
Yeah. You just said, you're not ready to make a decision. Where are you at in your process?
I'm just going on along with the road. Got to take my official visits and stuff, but I'm just, whenever God tells me that time is right, I'll make that decision. But I'm just, just working and just staying humble. And then when that time is right, it'll be there.
How do you decide on what visits you want to take? I mean, seeing the games that you hit and where you went, I'm sure everybody's asking you to come to their campus, but how do you decide on what you're going to do?
I have decided on some visits I want to go on. I don't want to say it right now because, it's still in the planning, but I will definitely be announcing that soon. Mm-hmm. But yes, sir.
So you think you'll take your officials in the spring, summer? When do you want to take your official visits?
That is still in the process of my planning. But whenever we come up with my family, to discuss that would be perfect.
Mm-hmm. All right. Want to talk about a major deal that you signed with Adidas. How did that come about? Why Adidas? How did that come about?
Adidas hit this. It's crazy. Like Adidas hit my school up and said they want to work with me, and it just been a blessing. It was on my spring game. Mm-hmm. I was having my spring game for that moment, and for my dad to come up and tell me that, it was just a blessing. I was like shocked because I always grew up wearing Adidas and I always grew up Adidas fan. So for that to be that moment and for me to be able to work with Adidas is very good.
And you were able to tie your teammates into this as well, huh?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Tell the people how that worked out.
My teammates always wanted some cleats and stuff. So the blessing for me to give them some cleats it meant a lot to me and meant a lot to the program. Yeah. And for me to be able to do that, it felt good. Yes,
do you feel like you want to sign with an Adidas program? Does that factor into your decision?
No, that doesn't make my decision at all. If that was the case, that's the case. But, that doesn't have no effect on where I want to go.
Okay. When you do take some of these visits, how much business are you talking versus how much, academics and scheme are you talking?
I'm definitely talking about the school and the scheme, but it always comes school first. You got to have a good education. And, so all that stuff plays into my decision. And yes, sir.
All right. Now, I see that you've been to Georgia the most, which makes sense. They're the in-state program. What's your relationship like with Kirby Smart?
Oh, it's good. It's very good. My relationship with him is good. I'll be at practice and say if I'm like almost in the drill, he'll call my name out on the microphone. Like, we got a good relationship. I've been growing up with Georgia since I was in 8th grade. That's when I first got my offer from there. So the relationship with Kirby Smart is very good, and Coach Shu is very good.
When you're at Georgia, what are you looking for when you're on campus at Georgia?
You just see it at Georgia. You just see the hard work they put in from in and out. They had a tough schedule this year, so you just see like the dedication they got for their program. You see how they coach. So that just for their part, that's very good because you see they work hard.
All right, you're here in Nashville, Tennessee. So what does it mean to be named Army National Guard Player of the Year?
Oh, it's super a blessing. You know, this was something I worked hard for, and for me to be in this position to be here with you and here with everybody else is very true. And I'm just gonna keep working and be here next year.
All right, thank you. Tyler Atkinson, the #1 linebacker in America.